So we've been hearing about a lot of these IV reports that are coming on startling revelations regarding such NGOs, especially Greenpeace particularly. So do you see this entire thing in the light of a particular witch hunt where Greenpeace is being targeted alone?
Well, first of all, let me again tell you that we haven't got any official communication from the Ministry of Home Affairs. What is there in the media, or what's there in the cyberspace about the notices or the IB report, for us is purely speculative. I do not want to respond to any of that. But for me, fundamentally, I want to ask a question on what is happening with civil society. What is happening to the space, democratic space, which is granted by the Constitution of India? We are a values-based organization. Surely we are challenging the powers to be, and the powers to be, whether the corporations concerned or the governments concerned, are certainly getting extremely sensitive about the work we do, right? And we are asking some fundamental issues. We are talking about issues of climate change, which is the biggest threat which is coming to this country and to the planet. And as an environmental organization, we are committed to stopping climate change. We are committed to stopping dangerous technologies like genetically modified organisms or nuclear. Certainly, it is disrupting some of the thought processes which is there, the current dominant paradigm. And I'm wondering that as an organization, as civil society and as Greenpeace, do not we have the opportunity which is granted by the Constitution to me and my organization to say a different thing? And I think this is blatant. And I'd like to again reiterate, this is blatant violation of our rights to protest. And as an organization, I'd like to reiterate that we'll continue to fight in defense of the planet and the country, and we're committed to the issues we run, and we'll continue to counter all that is wrong with the current paradigm, and we'll continue to defend what we have within the law. And I'm very clear about it, that this is a malified intention against this organization, and we're not going to let it go so easily.
So how would you want to respond to the kind of attacks that are coming forth, especially for Greenpeace, where they're saying that it's being funded by an American politician, and the fact that they will try and cancel the FCRA registration of Greenpeace to try and assess the tax in the past and the foreign affiliations? How are you planning to respond to all of these allegations?
I think that's utter nonsense. As an organization, we have been giving all our details. All the ministries and the governments and the government agencies have complete access to information. I think that's utter nonsense. This is just to create an aura around what's wrong, which is just a story in the middle of nowhere. I haven't, like I said, seen anything of the report which is coming officially. I do not want to comment on anything which has not come to me. As and when it comes, we will report back and we will respond back. And I do not want to talk on speculation, because I think much of that or all of that could be complete nonsense. And there could be another report coming our way, and something could be taken out from the trash and added. And I can add 3 more reports also. But I don't think so that's right for me to react, because I do not know what the authenticity of the report is.
So IB has served a notice regarding the FCRA clarification from your end. Perhaps the MHA says now that if that is not provided, they will try and cancel the FCRA registration of yours. Are you planning to submit that sort of a report? And also at the same time, the Home Affairs has asked the RBI to try and stop any sort of foreign funds that are coming to NGOs like Greenpeace especially. So how would you tackle the situation now?
This I've heard in the media. Like I said, I haven't got anything which is a formal response back from the ministry or from the government. Nothing at all. And as and when it comes, I like to have a look at it and then respond. It's like, if I don't know what's coming my way, I don't know how to respond to it. So I think we are absolutely prepared. Let me reiterate the fact that we are absolutely prepared to respond to anything which comes our way. And by the way, what I've seen floating in the media about what is the so-called IB report, the first one or the second leak, and I wonder how things get leaked in the first place in this country in this blatant manner. I think all of that is complete nonsense, and we'll wait for the response, a formal response from the government, and we will also make a formal response. So I do not want to comment on that, because I think it's not conducive for a progressive conversation we need to have. And I'd like to again reiterate what is happening now. Yeah, our organizations like Greenpeace, which has got a very strong value system. We maintain our financial independence. We have absolute clarity on finance. The government has all the details. I'd like to reiterate that and say that when the notice comes, we'll deal with it.
Well, that was Samit Aik. Meetu Jain joining us with more on this story. Meetu, clearly they seem to be very, very aggressive in terms of their posturing and trying to question the merit of the report and the details that we are putting out here on Times Now, even saying that it might just be, you never know where these have been picked up from, and trying to be dismissive about it. But there is also an element of nervousness. They are a little jittery with the way the details are coming out and what we are putting out.
That's right. If one can take a very objective view of the whole situation, two things I would like to point out. Number one, a notice was already issued where Greenpeace is concerned 2 months ago, and that's something we broke on this channel a few days ago. This notice has asked them to explain the source of their fundings, amongst other things, and of course a lot of the activities that they have been indulging in. Remember, all these NGOs, when they are cleared for FCRA funding, it is for a specific purpose. Now, if you violate that purpose, then you are liable to have your FCRA deregistered. Now, where Greenpeace is concerned, Greenpeace is 94% of its funding, the IB report says, comes from Greenpeace International. And now Greenpeace has been asked to explain its funding. Also the RBI has today been asked if there are any installments of these NGOs, not just Greenpeace, but other NGOs as well. Other installments that are coming in from foreign countries, it should be put on hold till these NGOs are able to give a satisfactory reply. So in other words, the government is going by the legal position. They are asking these NGOs to explain the position. If these NGOs are not able to explain it, then this is a very serious matter. Their FCRA registration can be cancelled like the IB has recommended, and all international donors who are funding them are likely to be put on the prior permission list. So that's
right.
As far as the legal position goes. But there are some shocking revelations coming in from this IB report that Times Now has, which talks about how Greenpeace and other NGOs are plugging for Western countries like the United States and the European Union.